Because there is this notion out there that the international community, when anything that has to do with the green cycle, or when you're engaged in that, there is some kind of fund that comes to you for reducing exposure to climate change. Is there a link to that?
Whenever we embark on this green project, then we have the opportunity to apply for grants or loans from different funding agencies. We have the GC, that is the Green Climate, GCF, Green Climate Fund. We have the GEF, that is the GEF, the Global Environment Facility, even UNDP, UNEP. These are all agencies that fund countries that are involved in green project to reduce pressure on the environment, especially with the advent of climate change. That is what we are talking about today. Anything that you can do to help reduce amount of emission coming out of whether it's cars, motorcycles, industries. Anything also that you can do to sink the pollution, the carbon that is already in the air. That is planting of trees, smart agriculture. All these things can attract funding for you from international organizations. Why? Because we all need to come together to reduce the emission that is currently raising the temperature of our planet. It has already significantly from many hundred years back. So, and if that continues, it might be catastrophic. That's why you have incident of flooding, cold spell in places where it's usually not cold, all kinds of things. So that's why there is that money to encourage, to give incentives to countries to do the needful to reduce the issue of climate change. And this had its origin from the Paris Agreement. It's an agreement that the entire world came together to agree, look at the situation of our planet, we must do something before it becomes unbearable. And it was during that agreement that every country signed. And the good thing is, the countries were asked to spell out what can you do to help in this climate fight. And Nigeria, in that instant, we signed our INDC, intended nationally determined contribution, meaning we agreed to undertake certain activities to reduce emission, number one, to improve on projects that are environmentally friendly, and between then and now, we promised that we'll reduce emission by 20% this year, and we are on that. And then we also promised that we'll reduce up to 45% by the year 2030, conditionally, meaning we will need that assistance that we are talking about from the agencies, international agencies, and we are on the way to that. Yesterday we had a meeting, myself, the HMS, the PAMSEC, the ministry, with all these funding agencies. UNDP was there, UK was there, and a number of them that are the funding agencies, to review the promise we made that with the help of the international community we can reduce up to 45%, and we are reviewing that. So this is what, again, we're talking about.
You almost responded to my next line of question, but then not going away from, because this seems to be something that an everyday man will be very, very interested in. If I have a very huge forest in the Niger Delta or in the southern part of the country, and I decide not to cut it down, can I access this green fund or green bond to help me sustain my family so that I can now keep the forest to take care of other issues in the environment?
Yes and no. Number one, you will be earning what is called carbon credit, meaning you have this forest that can sink in the already emitted gases that are causing climate change issues. Having that forest, you can be assisted to maintain that forest or to even grow new forest, and in the process, it can generate employment for people around that locality. Now, anything that will generate employment is something that can bring money to you. But having the forest, you will not be given money just for you to spend, but you can be empowered to make things that will bring money. Forest can generate employment. It's a way of livelihood. A lot of things come out of forest without necessarily cutting down the forest.
So somebody from those areas listening to you today, is there any platform in the ministry they can maybe partner or sign up with to encourage them to do or have such activities?
Yeah, people can come to the ministry. We assist in afforestation, reforestation. We partner with anyone that is into anything green, anything that